PKN 324. Kyle
I
back
thought
from
we
the dead.
lost you.
Yeah, I had some
Both jumped at the
hardware
poor
issues. I went to first my camera wouldn't turn on, and I'll say this, for whatever reason, whenever hardware doesn't work for me, I get mad at it.
Mhm.
Like I rarely get mad at anything, but if like hardware like stops working for me, it's like you're my
Infuriating.
slave. I own you. I paid for you. You do what I say. And so if the camera wouldn't turn on, no big deal. That happens occasionally. So I restart my PC, and Discord does the auto update nonsense, and then it fails. I get this JavaScript error where it's like it's not working. And I'd gotten that before, but I could just spam OK, and eventually it would work. Now you hit OK once, and it completely closes down. I don't have the option to like spam it anymore. So I'm like, all right, Discord, you want to be a bitch about this? I'll go to the web app for now, and I'll fix you later. That doesn't work. Now it won't let me sign in. It won't let me use the web app. So I'm like, all right, I'll uninstall and reinstall Discord. Well, that won't work. I can't uninstall Discord. It won't go away. I'm going into the back end. I'm deleting all the files. I'm clicking uninstall. I'm finding it. Won't work. Won't go away. So I'm like, all right, bitch. I'm not going to tolerate this. System restore. All right. I got nothing on here I care about. I got some fucking pictures of like some oysters I ate a year and a half ago, you know, like
I can tell you were getting aggravated when I saw the text come through in our group chat. That was, I'm just going to do a system restore. And I knew it was a serious thing when Woody just responded, yikes.
I initiate fucking system restore mode, and it gets to like 26% or something like that. And it stops like for like 5 minutes. And I'm like, you work for me. You can't stop on the job. What are you sleeping on the job?
You work for me.
I'll unplug you from the wall, bitch. Ka-conk.
Meanwhile, his computer's like, fuck you, I'll borrow a gun and not
Who
give it
does
back.
number 2 work for?
So I just reach back there, grab the power, the surge protector, ka-conk, pull the bitch right out of the wall, plug it right back in. Like, all right, let's see how you like that. And it's like, I didn't like it very much, Kyle. You've made an error. So now it's like giving me 2 options for Windows 10, like duplicate Windows 10s, because like one of them didn't get completely deleted and it like installed another. I don't know how it works. I'm just making that part up. But there are like 2 different versions of Windows 10, and neither one of them will work. When you click it, it just gives me a spinny thing, restarts, and goes back to the menu where you choose from 2 versions of Windows 10. So I'm texting these guys like, I don't know if it's going to happen. In my head, I'm like, I'm literally looking through, the glass on the side of my PC so I can see the hardware, and I'm just like, I'll pull every fucking hard drive out of you, you fucking piece of shit. I'll kill you. I'll pull your fucking brain out, go in the other room, get that mechanical drive that's 12 years old, stick it in your fucking brand new ass, and we'll load Windows 95 if we have to. You're gonna work. So I did some Googling. I went into the BIOS. I deleted shit. I went into the back end and deleted everything, completely reinstalled.
Huh.
Completely reinstalled.
Maybe his computer doesn't like all the shit he's talking.
I think your computer's mad at you for talking shit because you have been cut off.
No, you're back.
Oh, you're back. You're good.
You know what I did? I fucking punched it.
I think you should talk more nicely to it, Kyle. That's what I think.
You make a fool out of me. Socked him one, and he came back.
It's like
on.
Poltergeist. It's sensing
He knows
your
better
negativity.
now. He's been put in his place. So yeah, I couldn't restore Windows. I just deleted Windows and completely reinstalled Windows, and now everything is slick. There's nothing on this thing. Everything's clickety click, clickety clack, running fast.
Nice.
Even the camera's different for some reason. I got a whole new camera setting. I feel like I'm at 60 frames per second now, maybe more.
Well, for a while there, you were at 0 frames per second.
Ignore that.
You had a frame per minute for.
Yeah, you more than make up for the average on these good ones, right?
Yeah, the internet literally went out for like 0.2 seconds. That's what went on there, because I looked in the bottom right and I saw it. So that's not related to the nuclear option that I went through.
There's a lot of news happening right now.
Neither is the fact that everything is in Taiwanese now.
I would love to spend the next 50 minutes talking about Vermintide tactics.
Yeah, so this show is the Vermintide. We're actually rebranding. We are the Vermintide podcast now.
We want to tie ourselves to a game that's already well into the downtrend.
Hey, we're only 5 years in, Taylor. 5-year anniversary last month. All right, lots of stuff happening.
Yeah. hundreds of people watching on Twitch combined sometimes.
Bigger YouTube.
Only when we're in it.
That's true.
Otherwise,
It's funny
it
to get to that
doesn't.
category when me and you are streaming, and it's like, yeah, the biggest dick in the smallest pond. Like, that's what we want.
No, we won't do that. I don't even want to talk about the election, honestly, because like I haven't been watching it. Chiz texted us and said, like, Trump's about to lose Kentucky. It's all over. I don't know if that was a joke
Seems
or
like
if that's
this
true.
one-
I interpreted that
Wait,
as
wait,
like
longer.
sarcasm around early results being inaccurate, is what I thought I read into that.
Yeah, because it's all like mail in. They're still counting now and shit, right?
Like half
like
the vote
it
was in
worked.
yesterday.
Don't they count it in the order they get it? Or
It
no?
varies by state. Like Pennsylvania, for example, they're not allowed to even look at the mail-ins until today. And other states like North Carolina, they've been counting the mail-ins all along. So there are some states like North Carolina that at 7:30, there may be like a 60% of our results are in, hypothetically, something like that, because they know what the mail-in votes are. They've just been keeping it secret because they feel like that would influence other votes.
And that makes a lot of sense. Like, I think, wasn't it 2016 that like some of the media got reprimanded where it was like, we're calling it for Ohio, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, polls are still open. You shouldn't call stuff until the polls are closed.
You might be right. 2016, I know they did that way earlier. Like they would call, like back in 2000, for example, they would call states while they were still voting. Like, you know, and they'd be right, like
It's irresponsible though.
it looks like California's going Democrat, like, so, they were, I don't remember them getting states wrong, except in 2000 when they called Florida for, I think they called it for Gore and then took it back, or vice versa. But
They may have flip-flopped 3 times. Like they were
That
like, Gore wins it. Nope, Bush wins it. No, actually, it's too close to call.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. We're gonna have a lawsuit now.
Well, that was the
sounds
big
good.
hanging Chad issue, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I didn't know what a Chad was before that election. If
No
you
one
guys
did.
don't know, you guys apparently both know, but for listeners, and someone might not, they had a punch card kind of thing. So there'd be like, Taylor's name, and then right next to it, a perforated thing that you would poke out. And that thing is called a Chad. So on some of these ballots, they're like, how do we even count this? Like, this one's mostly poked out. Is that a valid vote or not? Like, are we to infer his intent? And then as they counted and recounted, it was like, well, these ballots are getting damaged. There are Chads on the floor as we're counting these things that used to be in the ballots. And we don't know were they hanging Chads that fell off? Were they all new holes that were never meant to be poked? Were they, now this is Woody's conspiracy bullshit, but like, were there vote counters who were maybe poking Chads? Like, I don't know. Yeah. So it became
I would almost guarantee there were. Like,
on the last one. Well, the way they do it is they have both sides watching each other all the time, but it could be done by accident, or I implied intent when I said that with the conspiracy thing.
Still won by like 5,000 votes or something, didn't he?
I have 500 in my head, but I'm not very sure. Yeah, it
okay.
was Florida that was super close, and he lost.
Well, it's not like Bush's presidency was very impactful anyway.
True. I
Yeah,
mean, some
it's
of
not
those
like
wars are almost done.
yeah, those wars were a
getting
tremendous idea.
It just takes a couple generations to wrap up a war.
We're like the
What
Romans
sucks?
at this
It's
point.
like, after starting all these wars, we've gone from being a UFC fighter who had a pretty good record to being one of those guys who's like 26-13. And nobody wants to.
He's just a journeyman.
We're just a journeyman of war now. We're not even winning.
Did you see Anderson Silva's record, that Tale of Two Careers post on Reddit, Kyle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see a post, but I'm aware of his record, and it's a real mixed bag.
The post made it obvious to me. I think I have my numbers right. He was like 16-1 and then 1-7. Like after he lost to Chris Weidman, my gosh. 1-7.
But that was a leg, right?
The second one.
Like Weidman knocked him out. He caught him because Anderson was clowning, and then like Anderson came back and snapped his leg on Weidman's leg in that like rubber band shit show. And then after that, like I think that's when he got popped for being on an illicit substance that was for his leg to heal.
Yeah,
I don't know that.
So a lot of that's right. I feel like when you said it, if people didn't know already, Weidman knocked him out. The next fight is when Silva broke his leg. It wasn't the same fight. Like something happened. You made a face.
Yeah, my computer did Don't worry about it. That was normal. What just happened was normal.
Next
Normal
fight.
PC behavior.
I know we're getting into UFC details, but the next fight, during the rematch, Anderson went to kick his leg. Weidman blocked it with his leg, and Anderson's leg got like a second knee that went the wrong way.
It snapped forward like a rubber. It was so nasty.
It's hard to
one
watch.
of those. It's hard to watch, and sometimes UFC fighters, you'll see like I remember Robbie Lawler had that torn lip, and it was like this huge tear, and you can tell he doesn't give a fuck. He's screaming with it, like if I tore my lip like that, I'd be like, "Well, I'm real happy that I won, but I don't want to open my mouth."
I'd be covering it, embarrassed.
I want to call out Anderson Silva. I'll see him as soon as my face heals, but this is nasty, boys. Have a good night. But he's just like, like pulling it even farther.
He looked
apart.
like a horse. It was off center, but it was split up to his nose.
Yeah, just huge.
Or dog.
fucking-
Like,
he looked like Joaquin Phoenix
Nixon
before they
star?
fixed
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
And-
totally badass.
But no, when Anderson snapped his leg, he just screamed. He just laid on the ground and screamed. It was so nasty.
Yeah,
That break was pretty rough. I don't watch the UFC hardly, and I can picture the gif of that break in my mind's eye when I close it, where you see the way you see those grievous injuries sometimes, where it's like the injury has happened for like 50 frames, and then the pain sets in, and the person who's experienced it, and it's like, oh no. Like that's the worst part about it, is seeing the break and then gazing up from the break to his face, and you just see him go,
Oh, and the worst part is he tries to put weight on it for a split second. Like you know,
Did
because it's a
he?
kick. He's kind of like off balance. He needs to catch himself with the kicking leg. And
It
when
was
he does,
fully folded.
he puts weight on it and then he collapses.
They asked Chael Sonnen about Anderson Silva being called on steroids, and I love the way he handled it. He's like, whatever. I assure you, I was on more. I was like, all right, cool. Yeah, he's not making excuses for his losses or anything. He's like, whatever he was on, I'm sure I was on twice as much. It's like, all right, Chael owns it. Some guy was giving Chael a hard time about being caught. I forget the numbers, but this is, if it's not 100% right, it's 90%. They're like, dude, they caught you on 4 different banned substances. And he's like, it was 6, and it's still the record. I was like, what?
Good for him.
6.
Kyle, you're
That's-
going in and out of muted.
No, you're
Muted?
fine now. You're good.
But you heard it too, right, Taylor? Or is it my
Yeah, you
thing?
weren't fine 3 seconds ago, but you're
Oh.
good now. Yeah.
I was-
I think what's happening, maybe I think my computer is like in the background, like getting Skype going. And like,
Is it possible that, you know how we go into Discord and we set it so I'm right. You know how we go into Discord and we set the sensitivity so you're always on? If you look at the videos, you see how Taylor and I are green and you're not? You haven't done that thing.
Very true.
Yeah.
I'll get on it.
Yeah.
Like
It
right
looks
now.
like Florida is going to go Trump
Really?
because Miami-Dade, the difference there isn't nearly as big as it was with Hillary versus Trump. It seems like only a small percentage more are voting Biden over Trump there, and isn't that the most populous area in Florida, the Miami-Dade area?
I'm not
Is that
100% sure. I reacted when you said that, but it wasn't to you possibly being wrong. It was like,
maybe.
right. This is the part where Miami-Dade and Broward County, I hear every 4 years as they decide the fate of the free world yet again. Like, the sons of bitches. Like, it's always Miami-Dade and, is it Broward?
Yeah, it's Broward.
With a D-
Broward and Miami are 2 really big counties there. Yeah,
Can you say the B1 slowly? Is there a D in it?
I think it's Broward, like Broward.
Oh, that one wasn't even on my bingo card. I had something else. In any
But I
case,
do think North Carolina is going blue this time, and that is just based on nothing more than a gut feeling.
okay. Yeah, so they're polling blue, but I've been giving almost all the close ones to Trump in my head. Like North Carolina, maybe Arizona, there's another one. Georgia's polling blue. I don't think it'll actually go blue.
You don't think so?
This is based on nothing, but I just
We've gerrymandered Atlanta very well. Okay. You should see some of those districts. They look like you spilled something on the carpet and it rolled downhill and made like this long, thin fucking stain that wiggles around.
this
You know what
is
would help
statewide
with
election though, but
We just need like a Rain Man style guy to be in charge of all districts across the country.
It's a statewide election, but you have to vote in your district. So that means you could be 30, 40 miles away from your polling place because of the way we've drawn the districts.
And the line will be 8 hours long. Like that that is legitimately voter suppression. Like
we're waiting outside the polling place to give you a little to pep talk.
That's why my idea works great. You have one guy who is just obsessed with math. He doesn't even know what people are running, but they're like, I don't know if this is a good idea. Like people are trying to lobby him to change the district. It's like, no, it's definitely got to be a square. Definitely, they definitely all got to be squares. It's got to fit in nice. And it's like that would be what you'd want. It's like, oh, Chief Commissioner, Rain Man on the case doing this, and they're like, oh, we're giving you $100 million of lobbying money from either side. You change that district. No, it's got to be a square.
Thank you for the money. Got to be a square.
Yeah, it's got to be a square. The whole point is squares. Yeah, damn it. Is he the first unflappable man in politics?
Yeah, we'll see. Back to UFC fighting. I can't stop.
I'm sorry. I want to get this fixed real quick. Can we go through the voice and video settings, and this will take like 30 seconds.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm at the part where like, do I want open H.264 video codec provided by Cisco Systems? I'm at that, and I want to know what needs to be green and what needs to be gray.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm going to do it quickly. Open H.264, yes. Hardware acceleration, yes. Echo, yes. Noise, yes. Advanced voice for me is grayed out. Automatic gain control, I have that on. The next one, enable quality service high packet priority, I have off. Attenuation, far left. When I speak, off. When others speak, off. Yes, yes, yes. No, no. Does that help?
Fixed.
And then you did the above that input sensitivity, and then far left. That was the big one to change.
Input volume is there. Input sensitivity
turned off.
There's a voice activity, yes. Push to talk, no. And then that slider bar in radio.
Attenuation.
I'm looking for.
Yeah, that's the far left.
It's right above when I speak. I've got that all the way to the left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what'll make your bar green around the way Woody and I have
all right, mine's all the way to the left, but so
it's input sensitivity I'm looking at. I'm going to send you a picture.
So I want that.
Picture sent.
Got it. And I want that all the way to the left.
Yep.
Fixed.
There it is. I saw that. Do you see how our video has a green box around it?
It's because it's just always open and fucking broadcasting. Yeah.
That's the fix. Okay.
Fixed it. Sorry about that, guys, listening in.
All right. All good. Yeah. So sometimes when I look at UFC fights, I'm like, ooh, this guy has 9 different ways that he could beat you. He's better on the ground. He's better at this. He's better at that. But this guy has a big right hook. That guy with one path to victory usually, but not always, loses. That's how I see Trump this time around. He needs to win Florida. He needs to win Pennsylvania. He needs to win Arizona. He needs to win North Carolina. And I don't know if I'm missing any. But
he probably needs some Michigan or Pennsylvania mixed in there too.
I don't think he needs Michigan and Wisconsin in this. If he were to get those, then he would be able to lose one of the
probably needs a Pennsylvania and an Illinois or something, though.
Oh, he's not going to win Illinois.
Pennsylvania, yes. You're probably thinking of Indiana.
Ohio.
Oh, Ohio, yes. Ohio, Pennsylvania.
It is a rough road to hoe for the Republicans.
Yeah. So Ohio, he's winning in the polls slightly, but whatevs. But he needs to win like 5 coin tosses. And if he loses any one of them, he loses the election.
I was thinking that he's going to win Ohio, win Pennsylvania, and win Florida, but he's going to lose 296 to 241 because Biden will win Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, and North Carolina. And I had my big upset pick, and this wasn't based on anything other than I wanted to have a big upset pick. I put Georgia as blue, as a light blue.
Ooh.
So we'll see. So 296 to 241 is my number guess.
I could do one real quick.
We'll see how. Oh, do you want me to link you?
I know where one is.
Yeah, I haven't looked at any of that stuff. I haven't really followed it at all. It's looked bad for Trump for a while.
It's all just guessing.
Yeah.
I'm almost
Oh, and I put Arizona to go Trump also.
really.
But even with my little guessing, still doesn't put him over the top.
So I have Biden. Oh wait, whoops. I have Biden winning with shit. My thing's moving. 287. I gave Trump Florida, North Carolina, Ohio. Basically, I just gave Biden Pennsylvania and Arizona of the toss-up states.
Okay. Yeah, I was seeing people talking about like, oh, Trump might win Wisconsin and Michigan. Maybe, but there is a 0% chance he wins Minnesota. I don't even Minnesota, when's the last time they went red? 72 with Nixon? Like, it's been forever.
538 says Biden has a 93% chance of winning Minnesota. So effectively agreeing with you. I think maybe some people mix up Michigan and Minnesota in their heads. I can understand that.
Maybe the MI and the MN.
They're both cold, worthless places.
Hey, we stay in the Midwest here.
There's a bunch of states where they have Biden up by like 1 or 2%. And I give most of those to Trump. And then there's Pennsylvania where they have him up like 5%. And that's the one I'm like, Biden's going to win that. It's his home state, kind of. Like,
you think so?
I don't know, man. So
go ahead.
If it weren't Trump, if it were a different Republican and they had like the same policies and stuff, I would think that the Republicans had a very good chance. Just because Biden does seem like he's going to be anti-coal, anti-natural gas, anti-fracking, really.
True.
And that's Pennsylvania's lifeblood.
True.
If it weren't Trump, if it were a fucking Jeb Bush or a Marco Rubio or something like that, and the policies were the same, and plus, like, Biden had that anti-gun tweet the other night. That Pennsylvania boys,
I went straight to his Twitter to fact check it. Did they?
Deleted it. Yeah, they deleted it. They also deleted the one, or no, wait, this one wasn't deleted. It was Biden saying, "When I get elected, I am coming after gun manufacturers." He said that. I'm coming after gun manufacturers. And it was like, well, that is fucking terrifying.
Can I
just give me my weed and you take the guns and we'll call it even.
No.
You take Taylor and Woody's guns and give me my weed and the world will all work out. We'll all be even.
Can I rant for a second? The Electoral College kind of favors Republicans right now. The reason is that there are states that aren't very well populated, so they get like 3 or 4 times the amount of representatives per person than like a California or a Texas does. Okay, that's just fact. We'll set that aside. We're not going to change the Electoral College. To change the Electoral College would require it benefiting both parties at the same time, which is inconceivable. So, working in the reality that we actually live in as opposed to the one we want, what are Democrats to do? Step 1, according to me, back off the gun thing, jackasses. Stop it. Stop back. If some Democrat ran for president and in every one of his ads he was assembling and disassembling an AR-15 without looking, that would be good. I want him to do that. Because every time he's making a point, disassemble and reassemble an AR-15, just all feel as if it was easy for him. And
I mean, that's great optics for a blue state Democrat.
Yeah, just do that. This is who I am. I'm the Democrat that won't take your gun away. Change it up. Make it an AK-47. I don't care, right? You think I can only do American guns? Here's a Russian one. I'll break down an HK. Is that German?
I can break them all down, but I only do American out of pride for this great U.S.
Or is it Austrian? I don't know where HK comes from. But
HK is German.
Okay.
Heckler and Koch.
So, but yeah, if a Democrat were to do that, and just maybe they could pick off like a Nebraska or a Kentucky or maybe a Georgia, right? Georgia's a little tinted. It's a little purple right now, right? You know, if the Democratic front runner did that, he might get enough people coming over where they say, yeah, you know, I was never hell bent on that pro-life anything. It was really about the guns.
Isn't it annoying seeing those really unpopular stances they just won't let go of?
That's why we need more than 2 parties. It's so annoying because you have to go A or B. How many kinds of M&Ms are there? But we've got 2 kinds of politicians.
I hear you. So I don't know. I want to know how other countries do it because other countries do have more than 2 parties. But here's my fear. you get like Democrats and Republicans controlling, we'll say 97.5% combined. You know, they're both 45%. I think I'm doing it right.
Mhm.
And then you get another party with 5%. And that guy is just as powerful. Any two of those three become a voting majority.
Yeah, but they would go different ways on different issues, I think. Right now, it's like, all right, well, Congress is Republican, so everything's going to go that way. But whereas if you had like 45, 45, 5, like, or 10, like you're describing, like, all right, well, they went this way on gun control because that's what the Green Party thinks about it. They went that way on birth control, though, because that's what they think about that. It's, if you could just get a mixture of both parties, because I don't like either party.
Well, it depends on the paradigm you're in, because like when you see those European elections, there are sometimes parties that have like a plurality of the vote, but they don't tend to have one party with the giant majority. And so what you'll see over there are a lot of coalitions being formed. Like, oh, this party and this party are uniting because it's serviceable to both of them to get a majority in parliament or whatever.
But yeah, I just worry that some 47.5 and 5, like those 5% become our rulers. They get to choose which of the other two wins.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I don't know.
Honestly,
or maybe
At least in this country, because we don't have what European countries have, where it's like, ooh, this party is at 30, this party's at 28, this party's at 17, this party's at 15. Like, we
I
just
don't know about this whole democracy thing.
45, Democrat, 45, other ones, whatever.
just King Trump, you think, Kyle?
I would like some sort of empress or an emperor.
King Ivana.
I want to go back to kings.
I want to go back to kings or even emperors. I would prefer emperors.
Emperor
that
is
just has
better.
a real ring to it.
I'm mixed up on the difference, quite frankly.
A king lives in a castle.
I'm not sure if emperors
like a
pass on along the bloodline, whereas royalty, you definitely have like with a traditional monarchy, you've certainly got like that lineage of responsibility going on.
Kind of do that anyway.
Yeah, we kind of do that anyway. That's the problem. I don't think everybody should be
all
able
these countries with kings and queens. Meanwhile, we've got
Yeah.
the same handful of families.
Bush, Clinton, Bush, Clinton, Clinton, Bush, Clinton.
We had
Just
a
over
Bush
and
or a
over.
Clinton on the ballot for something like 16 out of 20 years or like some outrageous thing.
I don't know.
Yeah,
man.
and behind closed doors, they're like, "Oh, you like
Because like
you."
I don't think all of us should be able to vote. I mean, clearly there's some people that don't think I should be able to vote because they got their way. I don't think everybody's vote should count. I certainly don't think everybody's vote should count the same. I just don't. Like
Agreed.
there should be a qualification test.
Get rid of that 19th. Get rid of it.
It's dumb. It's dumb. Like that one doesn't make any sense to me.
Exactly.
I think it made sense in a time when
I don't know what that
I think
is.
it made a lot of sense in a time when like the voting populace was a bunch of like dudes who were like really plugged into it.
The 19th is when women got the right to vote. Just
Oh, thanks.
Oh, the 19th. Oh shit.
see, yeah, now it's making a lot more sense, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't even like consider. I didn't even think about what the 19th even was. When did they give black people the vote?
But they gave black men the right to vote before white women, and then it was white women in what 1920, 1919.
Well, that's a good one. We should keep that one for sure. But I just don't think everyone should be able to vote. I think it should be a qualification test. There should probably only be like 100,000 people qualified enough to vote in this country.
There should be a firearm accuracy test.
Kyle's going to regain his right to vote. Please, you guys say more?
Here we are at the 1,000 meter long range shooting competition. So far, we have one contestant who has hit the target, and he will be deciding all the electoral votes for Virginia.
And the first man to regain his voting right because of precision firing. Like,
You see him, he looks like Bill Dotrieve. He's just like, well, I don't know too much about politicking, but I like that Montgomery fella. I'm going to vote for him.
Kyle's going to do
That's
that cool thing.
Virginia goes to Montgomery, the white supremacist, not even from Virginia.
it was my decision, and I made it. And I just picked the guy who was best with the gun. It's like,
I like a shaved head and tattoos too, just like me. Yeah, I don't think we should all be voting.
I
Man.
thought it meant that he used to be a fireman. Turned out some German shit, but it was a similar shape to the fireman tattoo. So
I didn't learn until the past couple years that representation is also based on illegal immigrants. Like, you know how the census needs to count everyone who lives there, right?
Yeah.
So let's say hypothetically, right, Woody State was half illegal immigrants, then we get the amount of like representatives that includes them. Am I saying this clearly? Oh, I thought you were asking a question. And maybe I low key knew that, but Trump made it an issue, and he kind of was trying not to count illegal immigrants. And I was like, is my team on the right side here?
In the census, you mean? Well, they should definitely count them in the census so you know how many illegals are in the country. Sure. But you shouldn't be giving points to states based on their illegal population. That's
kind of where my head is. Someone's going to have to take them away. Me. Like every so often, I hope you guys do this too. You look at your party and you say, "Are we the baddies?" You know. Yeah. And in this case, yeah, I think Democrats might be the baddies. I don't know. Someone's going to have to explain to me why it's good for illegal immigrants to get this much representation. I could go the other way. I can go the other way and say Republicans and their voter suppression tactics, like that's the baddies too. You know, like the
most recent one where I was like, "Are we the baddies?" Not that I really am. I'm definitely not a Republican, but I do identify with conservatives on quite a few issues, it seems. But when I was reading about like the forced hysterectomies in the prison camps, right. I was like, "Well, did they need them?"
Yeah.
Is that real? So we're not like giving people Advil on the border, but we're performing incredibly expensive, invasive operations. Really?
You just need a shop vac and some Tylenol.
I hear your doubt. I don't know. It was reported everywhere. And then like the World Health Organization declared it as something like a genocide. Or something. Apparently, if you take away a lot of people's, like more than 1,000 people's fertility, it's technically a genocide.
It's technically a genocide.
And I'm like, oh, are we the baddies? You know, like, are we the baddies?
I have a hard time believing that they're just giving, they have a bunch of surgeons down there giving hysterectomies to.
I don't know that anyone said it's not true. Like the Trump administration didn't come out and
drop off as far as coverage.
Because I feel like the Republicans are like, you're goddamn right.
That is a thing that is on brand, right? Because with separating kids from their parents, right? I think that they did that as a disincentive. I'm not sure I'm using the right term. Something, you know, to discourage the illegal immigrants from coming across the border.
Well, also, you can't wanted children with adults.
Right.
Human trafficking is a huge problem with people smuggling kids who aren't theirs over the border.
It's like, look, if you get pulled over for DUI and you get your kid in the car, they're going to take you and the kid, and they are both going to be detained somewhere. But they are not going to throw the kid into the drunk tank with you. I don't see the difference.
Well, they don't.
Right. But I think they're throwing so kids I don't know if the difference is in the enforcement or the branding of the enforcement, right? Because those cages were built under Obama, right? And Obama was like, hey, sometimes these kids are coming over with no parents or with people, like you said, that aren't their parents. Maybe they're coyotes and even have their best interest in mind.
Yeah.
And we can't just take these children and throw them in with the grown-ups. They become victims. That's why we separated them like that. But Trump, I don't know if it's in the enforcement that's different or the branding for sure. But he's definitely like, hey, if you come across, we're taking your kids away. Suck a dick. And
we also take the children's toys. That's the best part.
Yeah.
They come in. They're crappy toys. And the first thing I told them, make sure you take the children's toys away from them. That gets them right to the heart because they love those toys. They have emotional value.
These are terrible toys. It's that cup in throwing the ball into the cup thing. What
These are shithole toys.
We're gonna give all these old Game Boy Colors to them. It's brilliant.
We're fueling the entire genocide facility in Texas with the burning of Mexican children's toys.
We're a serious country, and so the argument should obviously be how many resources and money to give to the people sneaking into our country, not how to reprimand them or send them back. Because we're serious. We're a serious country who argues about how many resources to give to people who sneak in. That's what serious countries do. They just invite people in and they say, here's money.
that's probably how he would say it.
Money.
Yeah.
Countries don't protect their borders. In fact,
he loves showing his bottom teeth for some reason.
They're perfect. They're perfect, his bottom teeth.
Dude, compared
to were gold.
Men, and compared to other old men, his bottom teeth are on point.
His bottom teeth. I mean, he owns them.
I'm saying even Pence, who for an older guy, I mean, not nearly as old as Trump and them, he's still got his teeth.
It's not fair to compare like teeth you bought 15 years ago versus some stock teeth he was born with 50 years ago.
That's true. That's true. Pence is working with stock parts. So
I got my original set over here. You know?
Yeah.
That is true. Okay, I step back on that.
I got to get one fixed. I talked about it weeks ago, but you know that temporary cap fell off, and I haven't done anything yet. So I've just got a hollow molar up here.
Ugh, that sucks.
So like every time I eat, I've got to like make sure I clean it like super well to make sure there's not food in there.
Do you have a water pick you're using to clean it?
No, that would be good, wouldn't it? I use these like little
That's good
little
too.
picky things. Yeah.
Which side do you
you're
use, the
trying to
string
scoop
part
up-
or the pokey part?
Oh, I have to use the pokey part because the tooth is like is hollow. Like
You
the
need a
tooth-
water pick, man.
The tooth is just a shell now because you know it's had a root canal already. Like they did the root canal, they drill out the center of the tooth and they put a cap over it. And I never went back to get the real cap. I just left the temporary cap on it for 7 years, and that just like when I was chewing gum last month, it just fell out and broke into like 3 pieces.
Is that terrifying?
Nah, it was kind of funny.
Oh,
I was driving when it happened. It didn't hurt.
Tooth stuff scares me. That I don't know about you guys, but I know it is one of the most common nightmares out there to have nightmares that you lose your teeth and your teeth fall out. I don't get a lot of nightmares, but that is one I can definitely empathize with. I have had nightmares that my teeth are falling out, and it is a total panic you're feeling because what do you do? Like you guys have never had that where you're just like, oh man,
No,
Oh.
I have dreams. I have those Tony Soprano dreams where you're not prepared, where you it's unbeknownst to you, like something big has been set up and you're not ready. Like one time I dreamed that Woody had set up a boxing match for me, like a Logan Paul style boxing match, and he was like, "All right, hope you're ready for day after tomorrow. You're fighting," and I don't even remember who I'm fighting, but it's some big fucking like boxer dude, you know? And I'm just like, oh God, what am I gonna do? I don't even know how to box. I mean, I've done it a little, like
what if
I
he's
don't know
done
how
it
to
a
wrap my
lot?
hands? Like, I'm just so stressed out by like a million things that would like. Am I even allowed to travel there? I mean, it's for work. I'll have to ask permission like right away, and I guess I need shorts. Will they provide boxing shoes? Like I'm just having a meltdown in my dream because Woody has set up a
Sorry about
celebrity
that.
boxing match. It's some sort of internet fucking boxing match.
even more than that, I get nightmares that I am in college and that I have been in a math class that I didn't attend. And I get this one. I got this one just a couple weeks ago where I woke up in just an absolute like stomach sinking panic. Like I'm going to fail my math class. I haven't gone to any of them. I didn't know it was even on my docket of responsibility. And I'm like peeing in my bathroom before it's like, I'm almost 30. I'm not in school.
Taylor, I have that exact same one, but it's not math. It's some sort of course that has a big reading load. And I'm just like, this is inconceivable. I can't catch up.
Dude,
I have a dream that
if
it's
you were
like
18 years younger, or I was 18 years older, we could have done a nice switcheroo style school thing where I go in for all the reading in English, I ace it for you, you go in for all my math, ace it for me. That would have really lowered our stress level.
I dream that it's like that day in high school when it's like the first day of like, you know, it's the same school year, but it's like the next semester. So whole new set of classes. And, you know, that first day, like, oh, you've got that sheet of paper, like English 103, room 14. And you're like finding your new classes, you're meeting your new teachers and stuff. And so it's that day and I can't find my classes. And I'm like asking people and they're giving me bad directions. And I'm just lost for like a long period of time. And then when I finally do get to like math or English or social studies or whatever, it's not the first day, it's the last day. It's final exam time. And I'm just like sitting in my desk as like this thick final exam is being passed out, like Scantron style. And I'm just like, I mean, shouldn't I just walk out? Like why even sit here and fucking color in bubbles? I don't know what the fuck. What class is this even? There's beakers over there, and then there's a globe over here, and that guy's got a calculator. What is this class? It's
dude, I'm having like an
meltdown.
embarrassing memory brought back to me right now. It was my freshman year. And I think it was day one, freshman year. I'm in high school. I'm nervous as shit. I don't want to get bullied by the upperclassmen or anything. And I misread my post-lunch schedule. And I think in fourth hour, or fifth hour, I guess, that I had study hall. But really, I had it not at all. I didn't have study hall. I don't know why I thought I had study hall. And I was sitting in there, and the teacher read out like, all right, if you're here and your schedule does not say fifth hour study hall, you are in the wrong room. And there are so many upperclassmen in there. I remember looking at my schedule and being like, oh no, do I pretend I have to go to the bathroom and just don't come back? Or do I just stand up and leave? And I just decided to stand up and leave. I was like, yeah, I'm wrong. This is not my class. And I got laughed at so much by so many people. It was so embarrassing. When you are a 14-year-old and oh God, I'm just remembering now. It was so embarrassing. Walking out of that class, people laughing at me, calling me a freshie. Didn't like that. Didn't like that.
Lately, I dream about Vermintide. I'm not going to talk about Vermintide, but I have been dreaming that I'm in Vermintide, like as the character, like I'm holding the knives, like running around stabbing
You're the
rats.
elf lady. Yeah.
Like, because I play so much. We were playing last night, and someone was like asking about levels, and they were like, "How many hours do you have, Kyle?" And I'm like, 170. And one of the people that I play with was like, "No, you don't."
You were estimating.
Like,
you were like, I don't know, probably like 170.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, 170, something like that. He's like, "No, you don't. No way." And someone goes to my Steam profile. They're like, "He has exactly 170 hours." I said, oh God.
They started calculating it. They're like, it's been 9 hours a day for the last 4 days or whatever it was. It was some big number. He's like, yes, I play this like a job. It explains why you've gotten good fast.
Yeah, I knock out like 2 to 3 3-hour sessions a day. I'll play for 3 hours, be like, all right, I'm burnt out. And then come back to it like 6 or 8 hours later, be like, I'm ready to go again. I'm fired up. I want to play. So yeah, it's an addictive game. And I end up I have dreams about whatever game I'm playing at the time, because I play them so obsessively. Like I'm in the game, playing the game in my dreams. And then I also have had like some nightmares lately. Like I had a torture nightmare, two nights ago, where I was like watching someone being like horrifically tortured. Like they were on their back on the ground, and someone had like a small gasoline powered like fence post, like driller. And they were like drilling into this guy's mouth and like destroying his bottom jaw.
That's what Doogie's dentist used.
Yes. Yeah. I'm going to fire a warning shot in 30 seconds.
Kill me! Kill me! Shoot me now!
Do it! Do it now!
I know that we all agree that you cannot show up at someone's house like an absolute asshole.
No, we hate
hearing that guy yell, "Kill me!" after he was threatened to be shot was,
that was okay, but when he threatened to sissy hypnotize him,
I'm gonna sissy hypnotize you, and I had to look. I'm like, what does this mean again?
You don't know what you didn't know?
You're gonna make him into a gay man.
It's become a Twitch thing. My chat tries to sissy hypnotize me. When someone new comes along.
No, you right now.
I have this stupid.
Make him gay.
Before as I start streaming and I leave streaming, someone wrote a song for all of us actually, but I loved mine. And I use it as my intro and sometimes outro on my Twitch stream. And then I put video of it of me dancing, sometimes with Jackie into that competition. Anyway, my chat claims that it's an attempt for me to sissy hypnotize them with my dancing and my music. Sissy hypnotizing has become a thing, and I dig it. Taylor, I saw the opposite happen of your story. I'm in class. I'm a sophomore, right?
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing. It's my second year at high school, whatever. I'm sitting there. Some kid comes in. He's cool as fuck. He's obviously a freshman, and he's lost. And he just opens the door. He's like, is this 122 or whatever it was? And the teacher's like, no. He's like, man, I don't know where I'm going. Where's 122? And they give him directions. And he just handled it. It was like, I'll never be as cool as a lost freshman. Like, that guy killed it. Everyone liked him. Yeah.
See, I hadn't found my home. It was probably... Actually, no, it's probably middle school that I realized, if If you can make people laugh, they like you. And that is how I tried to survive high school. It was just like, all right, well, if you can keep people giggling, they tend to like you a lot.
Yeah, he was confident and admitted he's imperfect, and what was there to hate?
I was already in the class, and I did not have the wherewithal or the strength or forethought at the time to behave that way. I was just so scared.
This was just a cool 14, 13-year-old. What are you going to do? Kyle, what are all these pictures you're sending me? This is that really pretty dude?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to remember his name right now. This is like one of the best League of Legends players in the world. And his name is C9 Sneaky. And and it fits, right? Like apparently, so what I'm told,
sneaky.
So what I'm told is that his girlfriend dresses him up like for this cosplay stuff, and I don't. If these are characters, I don't recognize them. I recognize Bowsette there, but that's the only one.
I don't know any of them, but
and super cute girl, right? Like
clearly,
like
also
clearly,
League of Legends Pro, one of the best, probably rich.
And this is what he looks like when he's not doing cosplay.
Oh no!
Oh no, indeed.
How outrageous, dude! He should have been a girl because he is a really pretty girl.
He is a top tier girl. Yes.
How is he skinny and flat tummied as a girl, but not as a boy?
Right? It makes no sense.
It doesn't make sense. I feel like there's some wizardry being used here because this is, and you know what?
Like, look at the picture that's like
Did you get pepperoni?
like complete bare midriff and like short shorts.
Is it the one with the stoplight in the background?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like super flat, like girly tummy, like wide hips, like there's one when he's Bowsette and like it's exposed shoulders and everything, and those are like super like girly shoulders. Like there's no like deltoids or shoulders to really speak of. Their girl shoulders. His arms are girl arms.
If I had a real professional makeup artist, you don't think I could be this pretty? Really?
No.
You're telling me that right now.
I'm guaranteeing it.
That's really honestly offensive.
I think I could do pretty well. I think if I shave, get a wig, I think I can pull off something pretty good. Maybe we'll do that one time. We'll all go girl mode.
I don't know that any of you can hang with my wide hips, right? Like that I have a feminine shape that I don't know that you can pull off.
I got a very nice ass over here, Woody. I mean, I saw you in the dangle shorts, but
and this sucks because my ass was tremendous before the great tumble of 2018.
The great tumble.
When I fell out of the
charcuterie disaster of 2018.
Oh, you fell out of the bed.
And it's only now that it's starting to grow back up. And
oh god, the dent. That's right.
An asshole, ass crack dent. Basically, created a crack.
I'm so disturbed by this because
this is day 2 of talking about this guy.
Yeah, because I won't.
Now this purple.
You were
one,
masturbating. Go ahead, carry on.
No. It came up because we were talking about Lumi, and they always like give me a hard time over Lumi. They say that that's a guy, and I'm like, probably not. But
the three of us, you would definitely be the hottest woman.
Yeah, maybe we do that sometimes. Sometime we all go girl mode. I think it would and like not tell our guests and just make them very uncomfortable.
You don't think that if we had a tier list, Kyle, you would be number 1. You don't think I would beat out Woody. You think I would be the ugliest of us.
It depends. So here's the thing: are you going to shave?
I would have to if I'm going to be a lady, right? But I'm also not even a very attractive man.
He has gigantic biceps and deltoids and shit.
I'm giving him a little consideration though. Like.
What do you say? I didn't hear your words, Taylor.
I'll just get
round
down.
him off. Round him off.
You'll just get down.
No traps. No traps.
Tee-hee. Tee-hee. Am I hot yet?
Taylor, like, I know we use the term too much. Like, you are very high T. Clearly. Your beard is thick as fuck. Your muscles are huge. You're not at all feminine.
I mean, I don't know. I think I could be pretty cute. No, I know. Kyle would win for sure, and then you'd probably scoop up second, and it would just be devastating for myself.
I think my hips are being underestimated. You guys doubted me in the fitness competition. If you don't think I can be the girliest girl in this call,
I don't think you have it in you. I don't think you have it in you.
Yeah, we're gonna come Thursday. I'll be the only one dressed. Like, what?
Now, that would be a good troll. If you guys did that to me, I'd just be like, oh. Well, I'm not going on.
I don't even shave, just lipstick.
Don't even shave. I am Paul. Pauline.
Yeah, I'm Pauline.
No, that would be really funny to do to a guest and just not, but they don't know going in, and we don't address it.
No,
Like if they've never seen our show, like if it's a brand new guest, like if it was like if we got like Bert Kreischer or something, just imagine we all show up as women and we don't say any, we don't address it at all, and he's just like,
he'd be
you gotta
like,
be careful who you get, because someone like Danny Mullen might be able to out cute any of us when it comes to
that is a
oh,
risk.
Danny Mullen's got that twink look about him. Yeah,
Yeah.
It does.
He's very lithe, very slim.
yeah.
Yeah,
He's like 24 too, as
We
well.
would need a guest like Harley,
Is
someone
he
we
that
know we
young?
definitely would beat.
Oh, I'm not talking about having a like cross-dressing like competition. I'm talking about the three of us come dressed as women, and Bert Kreischer has no idea that we're not always like this.
I like to think
just
40
thinks this
minutes
is the
into the
show he's
show,
joined.
Bert Kreischer was like, "You guys are pretty fucking funny for chicks."
Thanks, Bert. I got a big fucking. You can see the top of the cantaloupe in my shirt.
That Taylor girl is the funniest woman I've ever met.
I mean, that would be an absolute fact. We would all be the funniest women on earth for our moments. Oh man,
I like the idea. Yeah, I don't, so yeah. If you're listening, check out this C9 sneaky person. It's mind blowing that he's such an attractive girl, and I'm not gonna. I'm pretty sure this guy has a super hot girlfriend, so I'm not gonna give him any shit. I'll just say like he doesn't look like a manly man, and he doesn't have like a traditionally like handsome man look about him. I mean, he's fine looking. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to dog the guy.
This is a candid shot you gave us too.
Zach?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Let
Right.
me find a more flattering shot of him in boy mode. That's just the one I had.
Yeah,
Ad block.
it's not
Wow,
hard.
when you Google him, you just get so much. Okay, here's him. I'm gonna assume this is him and his girlfriend. It'll take me just a moment.
Holy fucking shit! He's got 1.7 million followers on Twitch. He's doing fantastically.
I'm just assuming this is his girlfriend. I don't even know. It's just him with a girl.
How do you take screenshots?
I use ShareX normally, but I don't have it installed because the fresh wipe.
Try this. Hit Windows Shift S like Sam. You can do it right now.
Does that pull up the
Yeah.
snipping tool? That one?
It's new to me, and maybe it's called that.
Windows button Shift and S.
Yeah. And then you can drag like a box.
Holy shit!
And then
Jesus, he
you can,
plays 10 hours a day.
then you can paste it in Discord. That's how I do it.
Okay. I was just like right clicking and opening image and new tab, but your way is infinitely faster.
You might like
10
it.
hours of League of Legends
A day. Yeah, that sounds like a dream to some people, right? Like you're probably old enough to know better, but when you're 16, if you're like 10 hours of League a day, that's the best job in the world. And I'm rich and famous and get hot girls that dress me up as other hot girls, and like it. What could be better?
I'm so rich and famous. I dress up as I became a hot girl.
There's one girl that dressed me up like the ugliest girl in America.
But then after a while, it becomes like a high stress job, right? You have to perform at a very elite level, and it's hard to stay there. It's also a job that happens like indoors with little social interaction, often in the dark, looking at a monitor. It's not the dream job it seems.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I got a clip we've got to watch. We've got to watch this clip.
Okay.
Hey, let me finish watching it to make sure this isn't anything we shouldn't watch.
Is there music or anything?
Actually, yeah, I think it's like the music from like League of Legends, like
Oh,
like screen. like
Probably
home screen. I would guess it's a Twitch clip. Let me know when you're queued up on this.
I'm queued up.
Like this has like 3 different moments where I was like, okay.
I'm ready.
It's just called Sneaky's Butt.
It's 30 seconds. Ready, set, play. It's got nice boobs.
I'll bring my water cup.
He doesn't. He sounds like a guy.
Yep.
What?
What a bizarre.
I am speechless.
Isn't that great?
I'm
Great.
just so surprised.
Like when he spoke, I was like, oh no. And
Yeah,
he
no,
stands up and I'm like,
I'll bring my water cup.
oh yeah. All right.
Would you fuck me?
Would you fuck me?
I'd
I'd
fuck
fuck me.
So is he,
Dun, dun, dun.
That's pretty
his dick is tucked under, right? You can see hints of a bulge there.
It's either he may be wearing what are called gaff underwear, where it's got like a lot of padding and like a fake vagina type impression to it that cross dressers will wear like over their package.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I Googled it. Here's one called Cheeky Tuck. That actually seems. I'm looking at it here. I'll give you a link.
Oh, I thought I was thinking it said sneaky tuck, and there was going to be another video of this person tucking their junk in or something.
Because I was like, where's his dick? It seemed like there was a little volume in the front,
Sure.
right? But like, I think that he might have had this underwear on because this has a little volume in it, right? There's a little, like you could squish yourself in there, you know, like.
How are you gaming comfortably with your dick and ball sack pushed back up against you like
This
that?
guy goes to conventions and has his stuff he like this, you know, and he's like this all day. He likes being like this.
But it looks very uncomfortable.
It's
you know?
weird because I guess when I saw the pictures, you know, the first ones you sent, I was like, somehow I filled in the blanks in my head that he was almost doing this against his will as a goof. Does that make, like, it's like, yeah, his girlfriend dresses him up like this, and you know, it's a thing that he tolerates. And I'm like, okay, you know, we all have our cross to bear. But then when you sent me the Twitch stream, I was like, oh no, this is him fully on board.
Oh yeah, this is his thing. It's as much his thing as her thing. And
well, aren't they
again,
perfect for each other?
Good for him.
Dude, look
Do you
at this
think-
last picture. I don't know who's more
I
feminine.
know what you're gonna say.
Who's more
Yeah.
feminine, right? Oh, did you see that coming? Like,
Oh yeah.
Left, definitely. Definitely more feminine. You can see in the jaw.
Which one's prettier though?
I mean, I'd fuck both.
Yeah. Right.
yeah, right? I
Will he teach me how to play League?
I'm tainted by
That's
my
the other thing.
knowledge of
like if you fuck him, then now like you are the strongest duo league out of all your friends. Yeah, you're the strongest league duo out of all your friends. You know, it's not even close.
That's true. It's easy though because I don't have any friends who play League.
I don't either. I don't know how to play.
I know
It's not
Destiny
my
plays
style
League.
of game.
I just
We've only had him on
intrinsically
the
know Spider Pig is good at it. I have no other information, but he's got to be, right? It's a thing that he'd be good at.
Yeah, I think he's on that Baldur's Gate kick these days. He's playing some nonsense like that. I don't even know what that
Filthy's
is.
been playing that a ton.
It's one of those top down.
It's an
rigmaroles.
RTS, right? Baldur's Gate.
I don't want to speak out of pocket. I don't know.
Oh, I thought he was on World of Warcraft. Maybe I'm out of date.
Oh, I see him on there sometimes too. But as of like the last couple of weeks, it's been Baldur's Gate. I want to say.
Well, anyway, I can't prove it, and I have no inside info. I just know he's
he's
good
on
at
there
that.
now.
He has to be good at that game, League.
I want to play some more Pokemon Red
I'm
on stream. I am so ready.
They look like a lesbian couple to me. I like that they're together, quite frankly.
Me too. Like if
Right?
they're both into that, that's super awesome. Like, do you think they have sex while he's dressed up like that?
I hope.
They absolutely
They
do.
absolutely do, right? Like there's like I can't imagine a scenario where he's like, hey, you wanna get after it? I'm horny. And she's like, yeah, but take all that off first.
No
There's
way.
no way.
She doesn't want him wearing a coonskin cap.
Hey,
and
maybe
a
this guy is a guest.
vest before they fuck.
Ooh, why did I even think of that?
Man, I'd love to talk to him about this. I feel like we're sounding a little ignorant, maybe even like maybe
never
maybe
want
people
that.
who know would want that, but maybe the people who know him are like, guys, come on, he's been doing this since he was a kid. He's always been into this, or like maybe they know the background or like why he does this or whatever. Like
No one would think that any of us give a fuck whether or not we care whether he likes to dress up like a lady.
no, I don't. I think he makes a cute lady.
Yeah, I care, but almost in the positive way. Like I'm he's
happy
good
for
at
him.
it.
Yeah.
He's good at it.
And honestly,
taking the
he's
angle
really
that-
good at it. And like, I guess I'm kind of happy that we live in a world now where like this is clearly like nobody's giving this guy a hard time. Can you imagine if this was your hobby when you were in high school? When we were in high school,
I
How
do
that would-
like that the best person, I assume, at League of Legends who dresses like that is a man.
he's the yeah.
You're saying he would dominate the female league
I'm
as
just
well.
saying, boys rule. You know,
What if that's how he got into it? What if he wasn't good enough to win the men's tournaments of league,
And so
but
he
he
just-
realized Airbud rules. He could just get right on into the
There's nothing
ladies
that says
league
you can't
tournaments and
compete.
dominate?
stuff like this, like Santa Claus's wife. Yeah, apparently.
Like, wasn't there an all-female league team a few years ago that was like they made a big deal about, and then it like completely failed? Like what if this guy was like their star player?
I used to do this
scary.
same it's a related fantasy in swimming, right? I'd open the Guinness Book of World Record and I'd look at like how recent an Olympics I could win. Like, oh, look at this. 1944. I could beat all these guys. I'd have won the Olympics in 1944. And on the ladies' side, right now, I
Yep.
could win the Olympics on the women's side.
We did that recently with female shot put, and I was like,
right now.
I'm pretty sure I got this. Like it was like because I did the shot put like in like the fucking junior Olympics or some shit like in middle school,
Okay.
and I vaguely remember throwing it. God, I don't want to get it wrong, but like 30 feet.
You're stronger
I threw it
now.
30 feet.
I wonder how if he had like a kid's weight.
I think it weighed 8 pounds, 5 or 8 pounds. I don't remember which, but one of those numbers is right.
You were probably throwing the woman's weight because they'll have high school males sometimes throw the woman's weight and sometimes throw the male weight, depending on where you're
Shot
at.
put weighs. Oh, it probably was a woman. 16 pounds for men and 8.8 for women. So maybe you were throwing a woman's shot put.
But here's the thing: if I'm breaking the women's record,
Fair
I'm
is
throwing
fair.
the women's shot put.
For
I
sure.
was breaking the woman's record with the male shot put.
Just like Woody, if you want to break the women's swimming record, you have to wear their swimsuit.
It's faster.
Ah, good point.
I didn't even do the
faster.
shot style. I wanted to demonstrate that I was powerful enough to throw that like a baseball.
Whipped it,
Ruin your shoulder.
ruined my shoulder.
Yeah. Nowadays, swimsuits are smoother than skin. So, like, there was an Olympics where people were wearing like wetsuits, like, you know, from wrist to ankle, like in neck and the whole thing. But now guys kind of wear long pants and women wear like swimsuits with long pants, I think. Something like that.
Well, now
Yeah, I would love to get this guy on as a guest, and I would want him to dress up. Oh, what if we all dressed up? Now that would be the show. That would be the show to dress up.
Yeah.
if I dress up, I'm gonna be like a wizard or something.
No, you're going to be Arwen
I'm
or Galadriel. Take your
I was
pick.
joking. I'm way
No,
too
no, no. I know, Taylor. You'll be a dwarf woman.
That would be great.
People think we just spring out of holes in the ground.
Which of course is ridiculous. And like Aragorn looks over his shoulder at Aowen and he's like, "It's the beards."
Not the beard. Just holding it up. Oh man! You know what? Instead of watching the elections, maybe I'll just watch Lord of the Rings tonight.
No, we're saving that because we watch the Blu-rays together.
Of course. Okay, I'll hold off. It's been a hot second, especially since I've seen Return of the King.
Me
At
too.
all.
It's been about a year for me.
For me, like the way it seems to go is like every so often I'll be like, I need to rewatch Lord of the Rings, and I'll always get through the Fellowship because initial watch. Sometimes I'll get through the Two Towers, but rarely do I commit to the watch through enough to get to the Return of the King.
Yeah, the Ultra HD 4K remaster is coming out for the holiday season this year. First time ever.
Oh, well, that's gonna be sick. I'm gonna buy those for sure.
Yeah.
sort of a topic change. Did you guys see Glass, the movie?
I did.
Oh, wait, maybe.
I 6 out of 10.
No, I didn't see this one.
5 out of 10, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know.
McAvoy. I like him.
I only say that because it was such a letdown because I loved Unbreakable so much and I wanted more.
So,
And that ending kind of soured me a bit.
I'm going to talk about it in a non-spoiler way. In the first act, like almost in the first scene of the movie, you get Bruce Willis's character fighting the Beast, right? The one from the second movie. I think they call him the Beast. And you're like, oh my gosh. What I expected to be the big finale is literally like the opening scene where Bruce Willis fights the big bad guy. And then they get taken to a mental health facility where they try to convince them that they're not actually superheroes. And from that, I'll stop. That's the basis of the movie. And they have you questioning whether or not they're superheroes too. And then it's M. Night Shyamalan. So, it's difficult to predict the endings on his movies. And but I kind of like. I'm thinking ahead so I don't spoil. I was excited about this universe because it's a new superhero universe, right? I don't know the Marvel comics, so it's kind of new to me, but I know that it's not. And usually I come in knowing that in the comics this guy died, or in the comics this guy, like, this happened or that happened. And this, on the other hand, is brand new as far as I know. Like it's not an existing property. And I was excited about a new comic universe. And what they did maybe sets up the next movies to be pretty interesting. So I hope they happen.
I know I've recommended this before, but when you said new comic universe, it kind of reminded me. Did you ever watch that shitty movie Spawn about the black? I tried.
I didn't love it. Cartoon?
Oh, the cartoon is what I was going to recommend. So there's a live action movie that's very
good at all.
It's not good at all. They made it PG-13, and it's definitely R-rated material. There is an HBO miniseries that I think won an Emmy that's animated, though. It's like 4 episodes maybe, and each episode's like long-ish, like maybe 40 minutes. I like that a lot. I thought it was really good. There's like animated titties and brains getting blown out and just evisceration and gore. But yeah, the idea of Spawn is he was like a black CIA assassin. He gets betrayed by the people he works for. He goes to hell, makes a deal with the devil. Devil sends him back to Earth in exchange for Spawn, like leading the devil's army in a war to come. But the devil double crosses him, and instead of sending him right back to Earth, he sends him back 5 years later. And when he comes back, like, his wife has married another man, like she's had kids. And his life, and he's all burnt up and scarred and fucked. But he also has like this symbiote suit, like from Spider-Man, how like Venom, and which makes sense because one of the animators that invented, I think the guy who made Venom, whose name's escaping me right now, made Spawn. But yeah, it's good. I like the animated part. But if you've tried it before, then
I should maybe give it another shot. What happened was I watched a show on the creator of Spawn, and it was more like from a business sense, and it was pretty interesting on how he's making a new property, and his road to success was not a straight line. So cool. And then I was like, ooh, so I'll go check out the cartoon too and see if I like it. But I was maybe a little worn out of media.
Yeah, it's Todd McFarlane.
Okay.
He's the creator of Spawn. There's supposed to be a new Spawn movie that he has complete creative control over. That's supposedly coming out soon-ish.
Speaking of like creative control, I'm looking forward to the Snyder cut of Justice League.
I am too, I suppose. Yeah.
Ooh, New York Times calling Florida and Georgia for Trump.
Okay.
God damn it. All right. Well, I won Florida, but I lost Georgia there. So that evens out. It looks like, though, North Carolina is tilting towards Biden. And I think I had North Carolina. Yeah, I had that on Biden. So we'll see.
So there's like a bunch of coin flips. Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, Arizona, and that might be it. And then there's Pennsylvania, which isn't so much
Rust Belt. Yeah.
Pennsylvania is not really a coin flip. That one's, I think, 5.5, 6 points towards Biden. So
yeah,
that's the toughest one for Trump to flip. Like Kyle said, that fracking thing in the debate was a bit of a mistake. We'll see how it goes.
That was my biggest upset, is calling Pennsylvania for Trump. Or I guess not really, because I called Georgia for Biden, but that might be wrong. I just wanted to get one upset right. Fuck. What if I get both of them wrong?
I don't know. We'll see. I was secretly hoping that Georgia would go to Biden. I'm sorry, I meant to say Pennsylvania would go to Biden. I meant to say Florida. We should stop.
all these states getting jumbled.
I was secretly hoping Florida would go to Biden, and then that would just end it. We'd all know who the next
that'd be
president
done.
was.
If he won Florida, that'd probably be all she wrote.
Well, we'll know tomorrow, hopefully, or maybe there's a lawsuit pending,
It's
and
gonna take way
things
longer
are
than
going to
that,
get crazy. But let us know if you'd like C9 Sneaky as a guest. I think that would be hilarious.
I think he'd be good. I want to see it. All right, PKN
We'll see.
324 maybe.